Welcome back to an episode of Let's Build Twitter. We are currently on episode 116. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting access to that private repository, go ahead and check out the description below. I have a video going over everything you need to do to go ahead and get access to that. As well as if you do want to see me tinkering with the code live, I also have my live streaming schedule down below as well. So with that being said, let's hop into what we work on today. In this episode, we create a new reusable modal skeleton to be used where we do not need a bottom button for a modal. After setting up this new reusable modal, we create a barebones GIF selection modal with the bottomless modal, and then we modify the modal slice to be able to open and close this new modal. As always, I'm Ethan Uncoder, and let's hop straight into development. Alrighty, welcome back. So it's been a while, it's been pretty crazy. Hopefully I can get this all recorded and upload before Monday. So basically what's been going on is I don't want to get too ahead of myself or too excited, but I did accept a job offer. So things have been a little bit crazy. I'm not going to go into too many details until everything's like official, I start and everything like that, just because I know that there's still possibilities that something could go wrong. Fingers crossed, whenever you guys see this, it'll be 1 week from whenever you guys see this. So as long as I start on that 23rd of October, or I guess I should say this, it's going to be 1 week after I upload this. So as long as I start on the 23rd of October, I am planning on making a video kind of going over my past experience, my old job, and what my new job is and everything like that. That's kind of how things are going to go. Like I mentioned inside the intro, I'm going to work on a bottomless modal, as well as probably the search bar for the actual GIF modal, because it's a little bit more complicated. There's still some more work I need to do with some of the other stuff, so we're not quite there yet. So yeah, let's hop into it. Let's go back into our VS Code, and the first thing we need to go is go into our code, and we're going to go up to our components, and let's make a new folder for our bottomless modal. And the cool thing about this bottomless modal is we're probably going to go through and refactor a lot of things that use a regular modal, because this one doesn't have the button on the bottom. And I think inside of the register, there's some stuff for that, or it might have been actually login, but whatever. We'll go ahead and make our bottomless modal.tsx. Whoops, maybe. And then we'll also right click and make a new bottomless modal.css. Now the modals, we definitely need to kind of set up the more dynamic side of things, or the reactive side of things, but we haven't done that yet. We just kind of get it set in place. So again, there's probably gonna be some more refactoring later on. Let's go ahead and import our React from React. Whoops. We'll also go ahead and import our bottomless modal.css. And let's also import our global CSS. So, whoops, we'll go all the way back. It's going to be inside of assets / and then global, whoops, if I could type .css. And then we'll go ahead. We need an interface. So interface, and this is going to be a modal props. And maybe I should call this something different, but it is what it is. Top bar will be a JSX.element. And then our content will be a JSX.element. The cool thing about this project is I've learned a bunch of different things. So if I were to go back and do this again, I'd probably do things way differently. And that's the great thing about doing things like this. Let's go ahead and set up our bottomless modal. This will be react.fc, which takes in our modal props. And then this will be an arrow function. We'll break apart. So top bar and content. I'm going to complain because we're not using them. Now it's going to return a div with a class, whoops, name equal to, and this will be bottomless modal - background. And then inside of here, I have another div, class name equal to bottomless modal, and then box. And this is going to have bg - color. Save ourselves a little bit of time here. I have another div, whoops, class name equal to, again, bottomless modal, and then this is going to be scroll box, because the way this one works is there's like a scroll bar inside there, so we need to kind of set up a little bit differently. And then we're going to have a div class name equal to bottomless modal top, and technically scroll box probably isn't the best name for that one, but it is what it is. We're going to put in our top bar here, which will render that. I have another div class name equal to, and this is going to be bottomless modal content. And inside here, we'll just have content. So now, of course, we need to go ahead and style this up. So we'll go into bottomless modal.css, bottomless modal -bg. So we probably could have done this in some sort of a, what would be the word for it? I guess some sort of a global CSS, but is what is. Z index will be 1. We'll have our background. Whoops. I don't know why we need a background color on this whenever we already have VG color. So I'm going to ignore this. I don't think we actually need background color. Width will be 100%. Height will be 100%. And then we'll have a display of flex. We're going to have an align items of center. We'll have a justify content in the center. And then position will be absolute. Whoops, absolute. And then top will be 0 and left will be 0. All right, so there's our background. That should take up the entire screen. We'll have a bottomless dash modal dash box. So here, width will be 600 px. Our height will be 650 px. Now this is something that we should probably set up to have a media query on, but it is what it is. Border radius will be 20 px, and then overflow will be hidden. And then finally position, position will be relative. All right, so there is our box. Then we need our scroll bar. So dot bottom list dash modal dash scroll box. Here we'll have height 100%, width 100%, and here we're gonna have a overflow Y. So overflow Y will be auto. So here, if it overflows inside the scroll box, we're gonna have a scroll bar. Then we'll have bottomless dash modal dash top. Whoops. Fix that. So our modal top will have a height of 50 px. So just take up 50 pixels on the top. I have a width of 100%. We're gonna have a Z maybe index of 5 px, and then a margin of 0. If I could type, that'd be cool. Got a margin 0, adding 0. Position will be sticky to the top, and then we're gonna have top 0. I'm not sure why I have a, oh, it's because it's see-through. Okay, this one is a little bit different. So background dash color is going to be RGBA, and it'll be 256, 256. Like a type 256, and it's going to be 0.5. So it's going to be a white color, but it's going to be see-through whenever you scroll through. And we're going to have a backdrop filter, and this is going to be blur, and we're going to blur 10 pixels. So it's just going to blur, and we'll see what this looks like, if not in this episode, in another episode. And then finally dot bottomless dash modal dash content. So here the height will be 600 px. Again, we'll probably need to change this, and width will be 100%. Realistically, what we should probably do is make this height fit content, and then make this kind of like fit content as well or something, and then set the heights like that. But it is what it is. So this is our reusable bottomless modal. We won't be able to see it for now because we're going to set up some stuff inside of our slices and whatnot. But let's go back into our inside of our components in our feed post creator. Make a new folder, and this is going to be feed post creator GIF modal. So feed post creator GIF modal. Make a new file, and this will be feed post creator GIF modal.tsx. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. So again, we'll just import React from React, and we'll import our bottomless modal from our bottomless modal. And all this is going to say is export const feed post creator, and GIF modal is a react.fc arrow function. And here we're just going to return a bottomless modal. So let's go ahead and say bottomless modal, and the top bar will equal to just saying top bar for now. And our content, our content will just say content for now. So just setting up a very simple modal here that will display. So now, of course, we won't be able to actually see this or anything like that. So now we need to actually go into our modal slice and set up the ability to do this. So once again, I'm going to close out of our bottomless modal stuff. We won't need that. We'll still need our feed post creator. Let's go into our modal slice and let's go ahead and put in a display GIF, which is a Boolean. And then inside of our initial state, we'll have display GIF. And this will be false. And then finally, we'll have an update display, and then I'm guessing this is just GIF, and then we'll have state, and here we'll say state is equal to, and let me add the comma so it doesn't go plain. There we go. And state, no, stop it. And then this will be update, or actually this will just be display GIF is colon not state dot display GIF. Let's go ahead and return state. Let's go ahead and export this. So we'll say update display GIF. There we go. So now we can actually toggle this. Now back inside of our feed post creator, feed post creator, we need to set it up. There we go. We need to set it up so that whenever we click on the button for the GIF, so if we scroll down here, this is a pretty big component. It is what it is. Wherever our GIF is, so let's see, image selector GIF SVG. So whenever we click on this GIF, we want to be able to basically display the GIF and whatnot. So what we're going to go and do is we're going to go up here, and I guess we'll do it here. It doesn't matter where it's at. We'll say const display GIF is equal to an arrow function. And then here we're going to dispatch. We're going to dispatch update display GIF. Display GIF, maybe. Like so. And then we're going to add an on click. So if we scroll down here to where that was again, so our GIF here. So now we want to add an on click equal to, and this will be display GIF. So now whenever we click on it, it should show the GIF. Then we also need to go into the feed page and display it there. So we can close out this for now. And then we need to go into our pages and then home, I believe. And then we need to go ahead and say, first set up a state. So I'm going to say const display GIF modal is equal to use selector, and this will be state and root state, and we will return state.modal and then .display GIF, like so. And just as simple as this, we're going to say display GIF, and we're going to say feed post creator, and then this is going to be GIF modal. So and then this should be display GIF modal instead of display GIF. All right, so now we should be able to actually view the GIF modal whenever we click on this. So if we come back into our code, click on the GIF, the background I guess still isn't working, so I guess we do need to add the background. And I guess interesting, I'm not sure why that one class doesn't work, but let's go ahead and fix that. If we go into our, it would be just the GIF itself, so components, or not the GIF itself, the bottomless modal itself, bottomless modal.css. I would have thought that it would work, but I guess not. So let's say background color RGBA, and this is 000.5, and save, and close out of this, and we'll need that in a second. So now there we go. So we have a top bar, our content. There is a small difference in the background color, but that shouldn't be an issue. We can fix that whenever we need to. So we should be able to close out that and that. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please stick around for the next episode by hitting that subscribe button. You'll know exactly when it comes out, especially with that bell icon. If you did enjoy the content today, please sure to leave a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, it helps out with the algorithm all the same. And finally, if you have any suggestions or feedback for me, make sure you leave a comment down below. With that being said, I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.